Hi, I'm Jeff Brink. I'm with Blackout Lighting Console. I'm the CEO, creator of Blackout, which is a lighting console for the iPad. So instead of buying an $80,000 Grand MA or a $65,000 ETC, it's a $500 iPad app that can control any lights on set through DMX or CRMX. I started this in the beginning of 2018. We released the beta, mid-2019. The first release was basically the beginning of 2020, which was a great year to release something. And now we're into 2.0, which is just about to be released. So 2.0 adds a lot of features and functionality to this that up its game. We are just about to release 2.0. There's a couple quirks that we have to finalize, but I have a whole new streamlined sidebar, which allows me to access my different functions here without a rolling Rolodex. I have this new table view so that I can see all of my parameters in a nice, orderly fashion. And then I have a new command keypad, which allows me to partition different commands. For example, I can take fixture 1 and I can go ahead and copy to fixture 2, but I can do just the color, if color. And now it's only going to copy that without the dimmer so that you can recall things from other looks. Oh, what was that in look 3? Now I can, recall from look 1, look 2, look 3, and bring in these values that you had before without having to go back and look it up, right? So that's one big thing. And then the last thing is the fader page. And fader page makes this 10 times what the console is in Blackout 1 because of the fact that we have now gone from a single cue-less console to a multiple cue-less console. So if you think of this in like the easiest terms, if you're drawing a photo in Photoshop, right, you import your base layer of photo, then you create a new layer and then you draw over that. And then you create a new layer and you add your text so that you're not destructing the base layer of your photo. You can always remove edits. That's exactly what you're doing here. You have a base layer, which is your main sequence, and then on top of that, I can add a new sequence which adds intensity or color or whatever I record into that, just like a look, but I'm applying that as a layer on top of my main sequence. But then, of course, we've made it very simple to be able to just select and directly load in a fixture right there. And now you have a bunch of priority states for all of those console programmers to be able to get really advanced into how they are controlling their fixtures. At what point does a fixture take control from a look versus another fader or what have you. And the final thing is the MIDI connectivity. So we have Bluetooth here, but also it could go either cable, and when you connect up to this, boom, you're going to be able to see your MIDI controller right in here, and then you're going to go ahead and be able to link motorized faders that are going to have talkback with this.
Okay.
So that is what is new in Blackout 2.0.
Yes. Okay, so you can actually hook this up to a manual fader.
Yes, yeah, it could be motorized, it could be non-motorized. Obviously, the one thing we don't have quite working for this demo is like if I were to do this, it would do this on here with a motorized fader wing. But if you have just like a non-motorized one, you can still make it work. Yeah, of course.
Right now, you're going through...
I'm just going through hardwired right now so I can also charge my iPad directly into the AKS and bypass the Wi-Fi in this crazy place. But this could be any ArtNet or SACN node. Those are the two protocols that we're sending out of the app. So it could be a hardwired thing, it could be a wireless thing, it could be RATPack, Lumen Radio.
It sounds to me that there are a lot of training videos on the way.
Yes, I need to do a whole new training section for 2.0, especially with faders, because as you know, software just gets more complex, and that has to be talked about. So.
And there's a lot of stupid people like me that need help.
Not stupid people, no. Just, people who don't have experience with lighting consoles or understand priority. And every lighting console has different ways that they handle priorities. So we do it in the way that I think film would most benefit. Like the basic example of that is like, as a gaffer, if you ever use someone else who has a lighting console and they put something on a fader, a lot of times that light goes out, and then you have to bring it back up, which is super annoying. So we've bypassed that. So it's like this fixture 1 is at 35%. I'm not going to take control over that until this is fixture 1, until I bypass that 35%, and then once I do that, now it takes control over it. So it's a smooth transition into the fader. And now anything that's controlled by a fader is yellow. It's outside of that hue sequence.
Fantastic. Hey, thanks so much.